Maybe that was a thing in the 80s, but in 2023, people don't care. Especially when you hear that this company is the fastest growing real estate company. That is as you can see from the title of this video, I have switched to Real Broker. This is a technology-based, cloud-driven brokerage that is partially owned by the real estate agents in the brokerage. And there are just so many things that make this brokerage unique. I don't know if a lot of you have heard of it or not. Let me know in the comments below if you have or not. I personally hadn't heard of it. It is new to me, and I'm just gonna share why I like it, maybe a little bit of why I decided to move there. I sat down and took some time to just think through what are some of the things that I'm loving about this brokerage, and I wrote it out in the notes section of my phone. And you guys, do you see all of this? We have a lot. It's still going. We have a lot to talk about today. So I have my tea. I drove right past Starbucks and got a tea from McDonald's. Who am I? I don't know. Anyway, I have my tea. Grab your tea or your coffee or your beverage. Grab your snack, because today's video is for sure gonna be lengthy. I wanna make sure I don't miss anything because I have a lot to say today and I'm super excited. So get comfortable, don't go anywhere. You're not gonna wanna miss anything. You're for sure gonna wanna stay until the very end on today's video. One of the very last things that I'm going to be touching on is something that it's not why I wanted to switch to this brokerage, but it is something that I think is really important to like take note of. It's definitely worth like noticing, if that makes sense. So stay tuned. And also at the end, I'm gonna share some things that were my concerns, because let me just say, first of all, I have always hated cloud-based brokerages. Literally always said like that is the last type of brokerage I would ever go to. I thought it would just be a horrible experience. And so towards the end, I'm going to share what some of my reservations were about coming here and why some of the things that were my reservations, the things that were the reasons why I always said I will never ever switch to a cloud-based brokerage, my reservations and how I feel about them now, if they have changed, if I still think that. Yeah, we're gonna talk all about that towards the end. So let's just finally get into the video. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. We're gonna go to a lot of different aspects of the business and the brokerage and how I run my business now here and how it's been working and everything. But first, we cannot talk about Real Broker and why I'm loving it without talking about CHIME. You may or may not have heard of the CRM called CHIME. I had never heard of it before. I know I was always under the impression that where I was at before, the office I was at, we had the best CRM, we had great technology. Our CRM was, basically the best of the best and the best that, the market had to offer. And I really didn't know what I was missing. So basically what CHIME is, it is a CRM that is usually $500 a month, but at Real Broker, my husband and I, we're signed up under a husband and wife, like a domestic team. So husband and wife real estate team. And we get it for $40 a month. We share it. I don't know if it's less. It might be like $20 a month if you're a solo agent. I'm not 100% sure, but you get it at this massive, insane discount for being at Real. And it's usually a $500 a month CRM. And after using it for just a short amount of time, I 1000% understand why it's $500 a month. It is definitely worth every penny of that, I would say. And my husband and I have both agreed that we would have switched brokerages even for just CHIME alone, just getting it at this discount, because it is literally a game changer for our business. And I'm not gonna go really into it because there's that would be a whole video in and of itself, maybe in the future. Also, we've used it a lot already, but we are still trying to get the hang of it. So maybe once we're a little bit more experienced with it, we can talk more about that. But holy smokes, let me just say, there is so much automation and just things that we're able to do for our business and for our clients that we didn't even know was possible thanks to this regularly $500 CRM that is well worth every penny of it. So that's a huge thing that I'm loving about Real Broker. But one of the things about CHIME that we've been loving that we've never used before in our business is the artificial intelligence that it has. So before moving to Real Broker, I don't know, I've heard about, like, I've seen some agents using AI for their real estate company or for their real estate team or whatever, but I've never thought about it. It was really never something I wanted to get into, but using AI for our real estate business is like, I can already tell, again, we're new to this, like, we're new to using this, and so I'm only speaking off of my very limited experience with it so far, but I can already tell it is going to be a absolute complete game changer. So the AI that we use, it is through CHIME. It's like one of the things that comes with CHIME, which is one of the things we're able to use at our brokerage, if that all makes sense. I feel like I have to preface this by saying that I am new to using AI. I'm just learning it and figuring it out myself. And again, that's something that we could do a full video on in the future about, you know, how we're using AI for our business and how it's helped once we are a little bit further along with it, if that makes sense. So for now though, I'll just share a few things. And also need to add, I'm like not even going to scratch the surface of the technology that we're able to have now at our brokerage. This is just like one small example. I'm not even going to go into, there's so many things. I'm also not even going to scratch the surface with all of the things that CHIME offers. This is like just one little thing. So here we go. If somebody who is in our CRM system is searching for houses online, not on our website, just like anywhere online, our AI can tell and will start reaching out to them and having conversations, following up with them. It's crazy. Another thing that the AI does is if somebody logs into our website any time of the day and night, say someone logs in at like 1 in the morning, and our AI has like a name and a face and everything. She looks like very legit and professional. So if someone logs into our website at say like 1 in the morning and they're gonna search for houses or just look at our website, our AI will start talking to them. She will text them. She will get their phone number. She will text them. She will literally pre-qualify them. We have seen our AI pre-qualify home sellers and potential home buyer leads way better than we could. Like, we didn't think we were that bad with pre-qualifying or even with follow-up, but this AI is relentless with follow-up. She knows exactly what to say. She pre-qualifies these clients way better than we could, and she follows up with them way better than we could. We have probably somewhere around 1,000 contacts because of just being in the business over the years, and our AI we can have her texting 500 people at once, and we're able to obviously go through and like read the conversations that she's having, and it blows my mind. Like, she knows exactly what to say. Like I said, she can pre-qualify these clients better than we can. She can follow up with the leads better than we can. There's been a few different instances where she's been like, kind of like, instead of cold calling for us, she's been cold texting. So we'll have her text like 500 numbers at a time. And the conversations, like, a lot of people, most of the time, they're nice and they're willing to engage back, but some of them don't respond. And if they don't respond, she'll still like keep following up in, you know, she knows how long to wait, she knows what to say, and if someone does send a mean message to her, she knows how to respond in such a awesome manner. And of course, it's AI, so it's not like a person that's getting offended at someone being like, stop contacting me. Like, she'll keep reaching out. Like, it is, I don't know if any of this is making sense, but my mind has been so blown by the AI that we've been able to use, and I can already tell that the AI is going to be a literal game changer. Really, one area in our business that we've neglected is past client follow-up, and even just following up with our relocation clients that aren't quite ready to buy yet. We really don't follow up with them at all, and this AI is game changing. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The next thing that I'm loving about Real Broker is the training. Heard they had great training, and I had really high expectations, but my high expectations for their training was far exceeded. And I am somebody who would consider myself a real estate education junkie. I've purchased many expensive very expensive online courses to gain my education in all sorts of areas of real estate, and I've gone to different conferences. I've gone to a Tom Ferry conference. I even had a Tom Ferry coach for a hot minute. I went to Keller Williams conferences before, even though I was never with the company. They're known for their training, and they had excellent conferences. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I am someone who really loves paying for the best type of training I can find, and this training that I've had at Real, I can confidently say is the best that I've seen, and I am not even joking when I say that. By the way, if you have further questions on anything I'm saying in this video, let's set up a Zoom call. I'd love to chat with you about it. I'd love to answer your questions. Reach out anytime. My email is below. But I will just say that if you are wanting to use video for your business, then Real Broker is 1,000,000% the place to be. After joining this brokerage, I saw many different masterminds that this brokerage has to offer for many different topics and niches. And one of the things that was interesting to me is that I keep watching these masterminds, and I knew of so many of the agents on them. There was like agent after agent I would see hopping on to teach these masterminds, and I already knew who they were because they're people I'm already watching on YouTube with, 50,000, 100,000, 300,000 subscribers. These are real estate agents who are teaching these masterminds, doing like what I'm doing to get clients just on a massively bigger level. And I didn't even know that all of these agents I'm already watching, like they're literally all already at this brokerage, and we get to learn directly from them because the masterminds is like the training basically. So it's just so amazing. I couldn't think of a better brokerage to be at if you're wanting to use video. I think a lot of these, let me just adjust on setting. A lot of these brick and mortar brokerages, the video training or just like social media, YouTube training in general is just not that good, or it's outdated. No one's really doing it at a super high level at these brokerages at these brick and mortar brokerages. But from what I've seen, all of the agents that are doing it at a really, really, really high level, there's a really good chance they're with Real Broker already. And I didn't even know that when I joined. The next thing that I'm excited about that this brokerage has to offer is the revenue share system. You as a real estate agent have the opportunity to sponsor agents. They can be anywhere in the country or wherever the company is located in the world. Doesn't have to be local. You get to choose how involved you want to be with the agents that you sponsor, but you have an interest in their business and to support them, which is something I've always been passionate about. I've always had agents, even when I was a new agent, ask me to get coffee with them or give them advice, and that's something I already really love doing anyway. And this is at no added cost for the person who signs up, because everybody has to have a sponsor when they sign up. You can actually have two sponsors too, which is a really cool opportunity. If you have two different people sponsoring you, you can make passive income from the agents that are under you with no added cost to them, because like I said, everyone has to have a sponsor who joins the company no matter what. If that's something you want to hear more about or you want more information on, again, let's talk. I'd love to set up a Zoom with you. I'll put my email address down below. So you might be thinking, isn't that just like EXP? Not exactly. What I found is that the culture here at Real is really very different from what I have seen with EXP. They really discourage any type of like sliding into DMs or just sliminess to try to convert you to working under them. I don't know if any of you understand what I mean by that. I know I've had some not so great experiences, and I've honestly just been super annoyed with agents at EXP because of trying to be like recruited, which is one of the reasons why I really hated the whole like cloud-based brokerage and revenue share type system, but from what I have seen at Real, they really discourage that and they really have a different culture. I think of it as more of a collaborating, like you get to collaborate with other agents instead of recruiting type thing. There's just so much masterminding and collaborating amongst real estate agents, which I love, and that's something that I'm so excited about. But at Real Broker, what we're seeing is so many, like I said, so many like powerhouse top producing agents that I already follow all over the country have moved to Real Broker. I'm seeing a ton of agents at Real that are real producers, like not a ton of newer agents. There are some new agents and it could be a good option for new agents, but it's really heavy on like experienced agents and high producing agents, which I really, really love. I've even seen so many small boutique brokerages switching like the whole brokerage over to Real. It's really hard to justify. Once you hear the model at Real, you hear how much money you can save and you hear the benefits and how you can structure teams there and all of that. Like it really does make it hard to justify owning your own small boutique brokerage, I would really assume. I never really wanted to switch brokerages because of this, but we are saving a ton of money being here because of the commission cuts. A solo agent at Real caps at $12,000. Once you pay $12,000 to the brokerage, which that is a very, very small amount for a cap. That is not going to take much time. So once you hit that $12,000 cap, then after that you pay a $250 transaction fee and that is it. You keep 100% of the commission after that $12,000 cap. There's no monthly fees. I'm really interested in their stock options. They give stock to their agents when you reach certain milestones in your business, or there's options to put a small portion of like your commissions to go toward buying their stock. And here's what I think is really interesting and why I think that buying their stock could be a really great opportunity. When I was at the new agent training for Real, it was, of course, over Zoom. I expected it to just be me and my husband and maybe 5 other agents. There were 55 other agents on this new agent training, and they were going to do the same new agent training the next day, and then another time that week, and then literally the very next week. And they were probably going to have 55 agents at every single one of those new agent trainings. So when you hear that this company is the fastest growing real estate company, that is no joke. It is growing so rapidly. I believe right now there's somewhere around 10,000, maybe 11,000 now agents at the company. I would not be surprised. Like, I genuinely expect there to be like 150,000 agents. That is what I completely and entirely expect to happen. So with anything, getting in early is a really, really good idea. So I think that's a great idea because of the revenue share. If you're someone that's interested in sponsoring agents, you want to help agents and their businesses, like the more agents that are going to join starting earlier on is going to be a good thing. But then secondly, I think that it's a really great idea to join early and buy stock early because of the fact that I really do believe this company is only going to grow and grow massively. They have something at this company called a domestic team. What that means is this can be for a husband and wife team, a brother and sister team, mother-daughter team, literally any team that's just 2 people and you have to be related. My husband and I save so much money doing this option at this brokerage. They really, really make what they have to offer for a husband and wife team, or honestly just any domestic team, like they really, really make it. It just makes a ton of sense. Now let's talk about some of my hesitations joining this brokerage. Why was I so against cloud-based brokerages? Why did I say I'd never join one? So a big concern I had about working at a cloud-only brokerage was not having tech help. I've never considered myself someone who's very tech savvy, and our office that I've been with my entire real estate career, I mentioned this in my last video I made, but I don't know if I've mentioned this yet in this video, but I was with my last brokerage for my entire real estate career since I was 18 years old. So I've never switched brokerages, never wanted to. I always had a in-office tech guy that I could go to in person anytime, call or visit or whatever. Whenever I needed help, I could just bring in my laptop and be like, here you go, fix this for me or help me with this. But I will say the tech help has been phenomenal, better than anything I've ever experienced. I'm not even kidding. It's been so easy to get a hold of. Everyone that, all of the like help people or whatever have been so helpful. And they really do make though, like the apps that they allow us to use, which are amazing. I'm not even gonna go there today. Like I said, we are not even scratching the surface of all of the technology and things that are offered at this company, but the apps, one of the things that's really cool is the app, and just like everything that they offer us that we use at this company, they make it so user-friendly and simple that it is really easy to figure out on your own, but there is great, like quick to answer, easy to get a hold of tech help that I have had excellent experiences with. My next hesitation with switching companies was being associated with a big brand. When I was a new broker, I was with a big franchise, a big, very well-known real estate franchise. They've been around forever. They have a great reputation and all of that. And one of the things that they always told us is that our reputation is going to help you get business. Essentially, like, you want our brand behind you. And so that's one of the things that was kind of in the back of my mind. Like, I need my brand. When I go in an appointment, like, this is my brand. People need to know what brokerage I'm with. And then got to thinking, wait a minute. Have any of my clients in the last like 2 years asked what company I'm with? I couldn't think of a single one. Do my clients even know what brokerage I'm with? I really doubt it. They don't know or really care. My clients are, first of all, they're coming from YouTube. They're relocation clients. They're out of state. I'm not bringing anything. I don't even really use a business card anymore. So yeah, it just didn't matter. And even if I did, nobody cares. Literally no one cares in 2023 what real estate brokerage. Maybe that was a thing in the 80s, but in 2023, people don't care. Especially the younger generation, not having an office to work at or to meet clients from. So this was actually, my husband and I had our own little office room within our big office building that we were in previously before we switched. And, you know, I just never worked from there. I prefer to work from home. I remember when I was at my old brokerage, I would want to go to training sometimes, but I usually didn't because I was like, well, if I take the time out of my day to drive to my brokerage, sit at the training, and then drive back, that is so much more time when, like, if I'm working, because I don't spend as much time working now that I have a kid. If I am working, I want to be doing dollar producing activities. I don't want to be driving to the office and driving back, but now I can tune into the training wherever I'm at, from wherever I'm at. It saves me driving time, and it's just so convenient. So there's one thing. And then the second is, what if your clients want to meet you in person? That was a big objection I had. And I realized I can count on my hand the number of times over the past year I met with a client in person at my office. And the reason is because I really prefer to meet my clients over Zoom. And I think they prefer that too. It saves them driving time. When they have kids, they don't have to bring them into the office. They can just do it from the comfort of their own home. So meeting with clients over Zoom is kind of the way I prefer to run my business.
I don't really meet with clients a whole lot in person, especially because of the type of clients I work with now. But if I do need to meet with a client in person, you can use your local title company, or there's always, you know, Starbucks. I kind of like that better anyway. It's just more personal, and I don't know. I enjoy meeting clients at Starbucks. Something that really was a big thing whenever someone would mention a cloud-based brokerage, and I would say I'm never ever switching brokerages to a brokerage like that. One of the things that was a big reason I never wanted to switch was because my brokerage that I was with before, the big franchise brokerage, brick and mortar brokerage, they did a lot for their clients. I'll just give a couple examples. They made it really easy to not want to leave, because all I had to do if I was taking a listing is fill out the paperwork, and then I would send it over to the office and they would input it into the MLS for us. They handled like all of our advertising. We didn't have to like physically go in and do it ourselves. There was just a lot of little things like that that they would handle. Basically a lot of things like a transaction coordinator, that like what a transaction coordinator does, our office did. So I never actually hired a transaction coordinator before. But I got to thinking, and I was like, okay, if I could potentially save, you know, $5,000 in some cases, depending on the price of the house that I'm selling, per transaction, is it worth it to either do this thing myself or hire a transaction coordinator to do it? We actually just hired our first transaction coordinator. I'll let you know how that goes. I'm pretty sure for buyers, she is like $350 a transaction, and sellers like $450 a transaction. So still, we are saving so much money going this route. It's just something I always kind of use as an excuse as to why I never wanted to leave, but I never really looked into it and thought like, okay, well, realistically, what it cost us, what are the pros and the cons? I just never sat down. I never even allowed my brain to like go there, because I was just so against switching brokerages, but I was also just so against cloud-based brokerages especially. But I really think after hearing, like, I'm not telling you guys like the business model right now, but after hearing, I'm just sharing like some of the things that I've been liking about this company. But after hearing this business model, it's really hard to justify staying at a old school brick and mortar brokerage. I really think that these online cloud-based brokerages are the future of real estate. I hate to say, never thought I would say that, but I truly think that the brick and mortar brokerages are going to have a real hard time competing with this. If you want more information about Real, I do have a link in the description you can click on, or shoot me an email. Leave your questions in the comments down below. Shoot me an email with your questions. Happy to chat and answer your questions and help in any way. And we're coming on here right now every week with new videos, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week.